On the Healthline Nevis News and Reviews Roundup, brought to you courtesy of the Health Promotion Unit in association with Evelyn's Drugstore. Hello, I'm Sheila and welcome to this week's edition of On the Healthline. In today's programme, MUA Scholarship Open Day event and Caribbean Congress on adolescent and youth health. We'll be right back after these messages.
Safe sex is great sex, so you better use a latex. This message was brought to you courtesy of the Health Promotion Unit Nevis.
Hey guys, did you know the Medical School of the Americas, in collaboration with the Nevis Island Administration, has a fantastic scholarship opportunity?
Wait, I did hear about that. I believe they're having an open day on Wednesday, June 26th in the Memorial Square at 10 a.m.
Really? So what are they offering?
There are 2 scholarships and the priority area is health.
Wow. I want to be a doctor.
So what you waiting for?
We'll see you there on June 26th in the Memorial Square at 10 a.m.
It's
your turn to reach for the stars.
Don't you stop, don't you stop. Hey. Don't you stop, don't you stop. Oh yeah. It's not about how you started. Don't you stop, don't you stop. About how you win. How you gonna win it. Don't you stop, don't you stop. Remember when you started out with just one dream? Resources could not be seen. Remember when you stayed up late at night trying to work out the in-between?
Welcome back. On Tuesday, the 26th of June, the Health Promotion Unit led the MUA Scholarship Programme Open Day on the grounds of Memorial Square. Interested students from Charlestown and Gingerland High Schools participated in an information sharing session about the scholarship cycle for 2019-2020. The focus for this year's intake was health, although not solely restricted. Closing date was on the 28th of June, and prospective applicants will be contacted for interviews before decisions are made to offer 2 scholarships for this year's intake. And in international news, a consortium of Caribbean and regional partners is organising a regional congress to mobilise greater investment and connect, collaborate and align efforts in the Caribbean for the promotion and protection of the health and well-being of all adolescents and young people. This Congress, the first of its kind in the Caribbean, will be a launchpad from which advocates, health and social workers, policymakers, academia, clinicians and young people themselves can heed the call towards improving their health and future being for the future of the development of the region. According to 2015 estimates, there are 10.8 million young people 10 to 24 years in the Caribbean, representing 25% of the total population, and 7.2 million adolescents 10 to 19 years, representing 70% of the total population within the Caribbean. It is continued to be recognised the disparities in the burden of poverty, unemployment and employment, secondary school enrolment and completion rates, financial and societal barriers young people face to access health information and quality health services that respond to their needs. Additionally, there are especially vulnerable youth who face additional levels of marginalisation, such as adolescents with disabilities, HIV-positive youth, migrant and socially displaced adolescents, and those who identify along the LGBTQI spectrum. The fostering of an environment in which adolescents and youth not only survive but thrive requires concerted efforts from not only the health system, but also education, social protection, the private communities, families, and young people themselves. The robust and vibrant energy of Caribbean youth is yet to be fully harnessed in the region, and there is an urgent need to sustainably improve investments in the health and well-being of adolescents and youth in the Caribbean to fully realise the potential. When the appropriate investments are made in health, education and social development, the benefits of the demographic dividend will be realised. Participants, a total of 300 participants, is expected to participate in the Congress, the majority of which will be young people from the Caribbean region. Caribbean Congress on Adolescents and Youth Health, Protecting Our Future by Promoting the Health and Wellbeing of Adolescents and Youth in the Caribbean, will commence in October the 15th to the 17th, 2019 in Trinidad and Tobago. After the break, our feature update, the National Weight Loss Programme. We'll be right back after these messages.
Gala WhatsApp and I send text. Me see the SMS. Me have to show it.
Send me a pic of yourself. One of you know where.
I have too much self-respect to send you a pic of you know where.
If you really love me, you will do it.
If you really love me, you wouldn't ask.
You matter to your family, to your friends, to your community, to you. Remember, you matter.
This message was brought to you by the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, and the Nevis Health Promotion Unit.
Welcome back. The National Weight Loss Programme in Nevis has been in operation for over 6 months. On the Healthline met with founder David Walwyn and campaigner Dr. Rohan Raymond. We join them for this report. Today, we have David Walwyn and Dr. Raymond, both from the National Weight Loss Programme. So I'm really glad you're here with us today. And we just want the public to know what's actually happening with the National Weight Loss Programme.
Sheila, we've been pretty busy, actually. We've been, Dr. Rohan and myself, been making rounds, as you may know, and I'm sure the viewers may have seen. And so we're trying to cover all the business sectors in Nevis, and we hope to wrap up those rounds by the end of this month, June 2019. And so we've just been basically going and having a conversation about the National Weight Loss Campaign, because the ultimate goal is to try to make Nevis sexy again. Is to educate people or citizens about what's the primary cause of weight gain and obesity. And as we know, we are at 85%. Thereabout of our population is overweight, and which translate into a lot of non-communicable disease such as diabetes, hypertension, which has now become the #1 cause of hospital admission. Oh, really? And of course death. And so we're hoping the National Weight Loss Campaign is an effort to try to decrease those numbers. And I think we're going to be pretty successful at it. We've had a lot of wonderful feedbacks and a lot of great results thus far. One of which is Eric Evelyn, who has lost an amazing amount of weight and is feeling and looking amazing. And it does look great. And there's a lot of success story that we'll talk about that has happened behind the scene as well, whom Dr. Ray has been closely involved with, and myself.
I'd like to take some comments from you, Dr. Raymond, because I know you are now part of the National Weight Loss Programme. And so for you, what has it been like at the pop-up presentations?
Oh, it's been really good. I'm glad to be able to get right down there with the people to get to know what it is that is hindering them. What's their stumbling block from losing the weight, really? What is it that they're not understanding? So I could clear things up right then and there based on whatever weird, strange beliefs that they might have had about dieting and which foods are better. And, I heard that X and X is good for me or whatever. So, it's good to just clear those things right out to do, right? So I kind of like getting down there at the grassroots and talking to them one-on-one. So that's been good. And what I like about this national weight loss thing, again, is that I can basically speak from an experience point where I can, some of the stuff, scientific background, scientific knowledge that we know about the exercise and dieting, whatever, but I've been through it and I know what my body responds like. I know what I feel like going through it. So I can tell them how you're going to feel, how you're going to react to it, what you need to do to stay motivated, that sort of thing. So that kind of strength really helps, I think, the other people when we're talking. Mm-hmm.
So, speaking of the National Weight Loss Programme, apart from the pop-up presentations, is there anything else coming on stream that the general public need to know about?
We haven't had an official launch yet. We had a launch on March 1st. Mm-hmm. It was more of an introduction with the leaders of the National Weight Loss Campaign. So those of you are Honorable Eric Evelyn, Honorable Hazel Brantley, Sharon Brantley. And so we wanted to use those guys as a pilot for the National Weight Loss Campaign. So part of the reason why we are making our rounds is to gather a list of participants. I think right now we had about 1,000 persons who have signed up.
Good propulsion.
Yeah, and so what we will have once we've completed the rounds, we will have an official launch for all the participants that have signed up for the National Weight Loss Campaign. So that will be held at the Fit Games Park, and that's where we'll do all the weigh-in and we'll provide more information about the National Weight Loss Campaign. But as a setup for that, we, I don't know whether you may have heard, but we have just formed a deal with Alvin Brown, and we have sort of taken over Rumors, and so we are going to be doing a gym there. Because we don't want anybody to have an excuse. So we don't want anybody to say, well, we're not able to make it to the gym, because we live in Newcastle. So we want to make sure all the grounds are covered. We want to make sure that all the resources are there for our citizens to be able to exercise and take care of themselves. So it's one thing for us to talk about, physical activity and dieting, but we also have to provide the necessary tools. For people to implement this program. So that thing that we're doing at Rumors is just a way of assuring that all the resources are available. So there's no excuse.
When is that likely to open, the new gym?
Things are wrapping up now. We should be ready to open around the second week mid of July this year. 2000. Yeah.
Brilliant.
It's going to be really, really, really nice. So on that note, I also like to say that if your viewers are interested in being a member of the gym, we have arranged a special deal for all those folks who have signed up for the National Weight Loss Campaign. We're waiving the registration fee, and we're going to be doing the same thing at the gym in Newcastle as well. Yeah. Yeah. So as long as you have signed up for the National Weight Loss Campaign, you can take advantage of that discount. And if you haven't signed up and you're interested, you can just go to fitnevis.website. A registration form will come up. You simply fill it out, hit send, boom, you're in, just like that.
Well, there you have it. Can I just say a special thank you to both of you for joining us on the Healthline, and we will speak to you again in the near future for further updates. And that concludes this edition of On the Healthline news, reviews and updates. Thank you for watching. On the Healthline Nevis News and Reviews Roundup, brought to you courtesy of the Health Promotion Unit in association with Evelyn's Drugstore.